I have a bunch of little shims made up now of different thicknesses. I didn't put much thought into what the thicknesses actually are, but I have some really big ones and some rather narrow ones. So using these in conjunction with each other, I should be able to come up with a variety of different lengths to put into this slot. What I'm doing right now is, you can see that these shims are actually sitting proud of the tabletop. So I need to be able to cut those all down to the exact same height so they'll be nice and flush. And on the bottom side of the bench, they're not exactly flush either. They're pretty close, but I do want them to be as nice as possible. So the key to this whole system here is this particular wedge, which is just going to sit right in here. And then this wedge, which is the driving wedge. And it is going to go straight down here, right in. Now, with it like that, all I have to do is hit it with my mallet a couple times, and everything is really, really tight right now. When I have just the right number of shims and my wedge that slides right in all the way down, only that wedge is going to be hanging below the bench. And it needs to hang below so that I can use my mallet to pop it back out. But that gives me enough room to move things around. To line everything up so that I can cut the bottoms nice and flush, I'm just going to take a board that I know is straight, and I'm just going to push all of those little cuts right in like that. And now all I have to do is add some clamps, and we should have a nice straight board. I now have all of the shims clamped together nice and tight and lined up, and I used the wedges at the end to make sure that everything was square. So now I'm going to cut off this longer end and then use my sander to make everything nice and flush. So I use my disc sander to flatten off the top, and the bottom is flat as well. So it should fit very nicely right into the slot. So now all I have to do is clean up the two wedges, and we'll see how this all fits. So right now the Vise wagon can slide back and forth. I have all of these loose shims in here. I have the one end wedge. What I want to do is I want to clamp this board right in here, the tail vise. So to do that, I'm going to use the wagon, just going to push it up against that, and I'm going to put in my wedge, make sure it's facing the right direction. And right now it's kind of loose, but all I need is a little tap, and that board is not going anywhere. To loosen it, I just take my mallet and I hit the wedge, and everything is back in place. When I'm not using this, I can put all my wedges back in, and I end up with a nice flat area on top of my workbench. Still needs a little bit of sanding and a little bit of work to make everything line up exactly, but I'm very pleased with the results for right now. Thanks for watching, and if you haven't done so already, please subscribe and hit the like button.